On this week's show, finding deals in this current climate.
In the news, we're going to be discussing the latest hotspots for property deals after COVID.
And we're going to be answering all your property-related questions.
Welcome to the Property Investors Podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an upload. You can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Enjoy this week's show and don't forget to share it with all your friends.
Hey, I'm Russell Leeds.
Hey, I'm Alistair Cunningham.
And welcome to the Property Investors Podcast. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm very good from 5 minutes ago. Very good. Very good.
I'm very glad to hear it.
Hey, cool, man. What about yourself? What have you been up to?
I've actually just watched a new show on Netflix.
Which one?
Which one? It's called The One.
Oh, okay. What's it about?
So it's about this new company that's set up called The One, same name as the show, where they've learned how to genetically match your DNA to see who you are sort of destined to be with and to fall in love with. So it's called The One because you put your DNA in
And you found the one.
and you find the one.
Have you seen Seaspiracy?
I was going to say, have you seen Seaspiracy?
I've seen it advertised, I haven't seen
Watch
it.
it.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Isn't it a documentary?
It's a documentary
Yeah.
about the fishing industry.
Yeah.
Do you like fish?
Do I like eating fish?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Watch Seaspiracy. It's brutal.
Whatever I said, you were going to say watch Seaspiracy. If I just said, do you like fish? No. You'd have gone, no. Watch Seaspiracy. Do you like fish? Yeah. Watch Seaspiracy.
No, I watched it on night and you watched it the other day.
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Rick?
I'm not going to eat fish again.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not going to eat fish again?
I'm a vegan now anyway. Vegan lifestyle.
Vegan lifestyle?
Yeah, vegan lifestyle.
Are you not going to eat fish again?
Luke's a vegan, doesn't he?
Okay. Are you not going to eat fish again?
I'm.
Of course you will.
I'm not a big fish fan.
I'm not
anyway.
a big fish. I like
fish and chips.
I like fish, but I'm not a big fish eater.
Yeah, I'll probably only have fish once or twice a year anyway.
Oh, that is not a very big fish eater at all.
No.
Do you? Is it because of what they do to the fish, or like as in it's?
I'm not a fan of fish.
Yeah,
No, but he's on about the documentary.
I'm on about the documentary now, not your personal palate.
It's always about you.
Yeah, it's about how they treat the fish, mate. And like, there's a scene at the end of it where they're on the. I don't actually know where they are. I think they're in the north, like Norway type, in the seas in the north of Scotland and Norway, and they're whale hunting, and it's just barbaric, mate. What they do. How they treat these animals.
That's like that with everything, though, isn't it?
I know it is, but it's just like in the last month, like both myself and cameraman over there, both myself and Ricky, we've been doing a lot of research on food and how they, and even like the meat trade and things like that. It's just barbaric. Like
it is.
When you open your eyes and actually look. We watched a video just about chickens and about cows and stuff like that, and it's just, if you actually knew what happens to them, you wouldn't eat meat. And I'm not saying I'm not vegan, I'm not suddenly turning vegetarian, I'm just cutting back. And then hopefully one day I'll give up. But Ricky's gone full vegan.
Lifestyle.
Apart from last night, he had chicken wings. But
No, it's just lifestyle. Shall I tell you something funny, Russell, right? You know how Alistair's like so direct and at the events and stuff, you know, he's like, he's the guy, you know, he's direct, this is how it is. Well, the other night I was around his and he was on a webinar with his personal trainer and she was grilling him about his, like, you know, the times he eats and stuff, and you should have seen him. She was like, you shouldn't eat past 6 p.m. because it takes 6 hours for the food to digest, and he was like, I know, and then she was like, stand up, and he stood up and she goes, stand properly, put your hands around your back, pull your shoulders back. You should have. It was just funny seeing Alistair being told what to do.
She is very direct. She's very good. She's very knowledgeable. But she's almost as direct as me.
Does she work you out as well, or just about your diet?
No. It's as what she says, 80% diet, 15% movement, 5% genetics.
Okay.
It's very interesting.
It is interesting.
It's very, very interesting. What she opened my eyes to so much when we had this call the other week, and like.
How much time do you spend on the 5% genetics?
No, I can't do much. It's genetics. It's your height. Basically, your height.
So you're a bit screwed.
Well, no, yeah, because obviously, what's it like up there? Is it warm? Because it's.
Well, I'm having to crouch down because he doesn't like me looking taller than him on the show. He's like, lean forward.
So it's mainly diet. So I've just completely, I'm completely changing my diet.
Nice.
Because I want it. And last week I lost 2.5 kilograms. It's like I'm losing weight.
If you watch this show, me and you, it's like how much do we talk about?
Wait, I never do it.
Like, it's amazing.
No, but I'm definitely gonna do it this time. Anyway, we'll see what happens, man.
The thing is, it's quite hard to control your diet when you're continually on the road viewing properties, isn't it? Because you're out and about all the time.
Yes, but that's just an excuse.
I know. Yeah, I know it's an excuse because you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it.
So she's this lady's given me all sorts of non-cooking healthy eating. Lots of stuff and it's not like, do you know healthy eating alternatives? They used to be just tasteless. Like if you got for instance tofu, okay?
Let's slightly carry on with this. We'll just slightly link it to our topic. So you're on the road. You're viewing all the properties. That's what we're talking about on this show.
I'm on the road, always looking for deals.
So first thing, while you're looking for deals, then we can get back to the eating, but tricking the people that think we waffle about food. Yeah. We're talking about property. So you're on your property viewing. So you think, right, first of all, I've got to eat healthily. What did you do?
Okay, stop it. The McDonald's. Stop it! McDonald's. I've got Ricky in the car, so he's like, "Should we get a Mackey's?" No.
Should I have a vegan chicken nugget?
It's a vegan chicken nugget.
No, Alistair's got this saying, and I go, "We can't eat that. It's unhealthy," and he'll go, "Well, it's not unhealthy, but it's not healthy."
Yeah.
But there's a difference between the two.
When you're out on the road, it was always too easy, right? When you're on the road, and anyone that drives a lot will get this. Yeah. It's very easy to just go to a drive-through, go to a KFC. If you've got Ricky with you, it's like 2 or 3 a day, and it's like, no, I'm kidding.
What's going on
here? I'm kidding. No, it's very easy.
Rick, you eat 2 or 3 meals a day?
I actually think you're bigger than me.
Get not me.
You are.
I don't think he is.
I let you borrow a shirt the other week and you couldn't button it up.
That was completely the other way around. For those of you who can't see this, Ricky's like, no. Yes, I borrowed a shot of Ricky and I couldn't button it up. Could have got 2 of me in there, but I couldn't button it up around 2 of me. Anyway, no.
So you're on the road.
You're on the road. Sometimes it's easy just to get something quick. KFC, Starbucks, Costa drive-thru, all that sort of stuff, right? So it's in its convenience, in its laziness, right? Now, what I've learned is about just being more prepared and actually devoting the time to preparing food. So she's given me all this sort of tofu, ready-to-eat tofu that's just you buy it from Whole Foods or Waitrose or.
So you take it with you and you're out and about.
Take it with you, yeah.
All right, yeah, go on.
And it's so I've got some in the car now, and it's like sweet chili tofu. It's actually really nice. But tofu years ago was just plain tofu. It was just tasteless bullshit, really. But it's much nicer, so it's easy just to snack on that instead of snacking on KFC crisps and chicken nuggets, as Ricky does. So what I've learned is just to be more prepared and actually to devote some time to be more prepared.
So if you're going out for the day of viewings,
yeah,
right, are you typically out for 2 meals, lunch and dinner? Yeah.
Yeah.
You have breakfast at home, then you go out. So what would you do? Would you see what I've been doing? Because obviously I'm doing Slimming World. I can go to places like KFC.
Yeah.
I just can't order 99.9% of the menu. Basically, I can have a rice box.
Yeah,
rice salad box.
460
calories. Yeah. So I'll just go and have that. I'll still go to KFC, but you're saying no. You take tofu with you.
Yeah, or whatever snack whatever lunch I'm having on the day. I mean,
which might be what?
Could be
sweet chili tofu. It could be hot chili tofu.
No, it could be things like
Hostess sauce tofu.
It could be like a pre-cooked steak or chicken with loads of vegetables. Just take it out.
Take it on the road?
I'm going to, yeah.
Would you cook the steak?
No, you cook it the night before. Take it out.
Yeah, I get that. So you cook it all the night before, and you take it cold out with your vegetables and steak and stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
It does. Yeah, you're right. It does. It does. Anyway, look, that is what it is. But we're going to talk this week about finding deals.
Yeah.
Moving quickly on then.
Moving quickly on from his cold steak and broccoli.
Here's what it is. Anyway, so we're going to go out and we're going to find deals. I'm sure you'll agree, and Ricky, I'm sure you'll agree. Finding deals and securing deals in the current climate with COVID is a friggin' nightmare. It really is. It's proven very difficult.
Because everything's because the property market's gone up.
Because now is not a time for buyers, it's a time for sellers. The markets are going up. Properties are getting higher than asking prices. People are bidding against each other to win properties, and literally the properties are coming on the market, selling very, very quickly, and it's just a seller's market. So the deals are just, they're there, but that you've got to work hard to find the best deals and to get them secured, and you've got to be quick. So we talk a lot about making decisions very quickly. You've got to be very quick.
Are you very quick?
In certain things. And certain things.
It must just be you, because me and Russ were talking earlier. It's pretty easy for us. It just must be you struggling to find the deals.
Yeah. How many? Good. Yeah.
No, but I want to hear about your struggles. Carry on.
My struggles with what?
Being too quick, was it?
No. You've got to be quick at these type of deals. When you're out finding deals, meeting agents, building relationships with agents, viewing properties, you've got to be quick at getting these deals secured because they sell like that. And by the time, listen, I went out last week and I had 20 plus viewings booked. On the way to some of the viewings, I was getting phone calls saying, "Don't bother, we've just taken an offer." And I was going to viewings, I was literally meeting the guy in the property, and they would show me around, and then I'd ring up, put an offer in, and he'd already had an offer from somebody else that viewed it.
It's an easy time to sell.
100%.
It's an easy time to sell. I think it just depends on what you're buying. So the stuff that I'm buying at the moment, I'm not particularly having the same difficulties.
It depends. I think depends on what you're buying and how much it is. So if you're buying more expensive stuff, that you're buying bits of land, it's a different kettle of fish. I'm talking about lower end properties, i.e. up to 150,000, 200,000 pound mark. And above that, the competition's always going to be less anyway.
What about if you go? What particular deals are you looking for right now?
Buy refurb.
Buy refurb.
I'm looking for lots of buy refurb opportunities.
Unmortgageable stuff.
Unmortgageable, buy refurb.
Are you finding that unmortgageable stuff's moving quickly?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you finding that, Rick? Unmortgageable properties, are you finding they're going quickly or?
Not well. They're going quickly, but they're still a little bit slower than mortgageable properties.
I would say so.
But they are going quicker than what they normally would.
Like, who's buying these properties right now? You talk about that it's a seller's market, everyone's selling. Who's buying? See, I think a lot of it is people moving house.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Rather than investors.
I agree. The thing is, so let's just back up to the buy, refurbish, refinance properties, okay?
Yeah.
They're not necessarily going quickly, but they're going for silly money. That's the problem. So it's not that they're going quickly, but they're taking...
People are overpaying.
People are overpaying for them, so it makes them not buy refurb.
This
it makes
is
them
the
just
problem.
buy to
I
let.
tell you why buy refurbish finance is, in my opinion, so difficult right now.
Yeah.
And it's still very doable. You'll still do it.
I bought one last... I put an offer. I got an offer secured on one last week.
Yeah.
So it's very possible.
But I think one of the reasons it's tricky is because the valuers are undervaluing, but the reality is people are overpaying.
Yeah.
So we're in a situation where because they're scared of a crash and happening again, where they were overvaluing, and then they're scared that suddenly it's going to crash, and they're just giving out all these mortgages at this value, and they're thinking, might a crash come? They're knocking 10% off. So it's difficult. Because with buy refurbish finance, you're raising the value, right? So it's difficult to raise the value when the valuer is deliberately undervaluing. So do you think that trend will continue? Or do you think it will even itself?
I think as COVID lifts, as we start to get back to normality, the valuers are deliberately undervaluing at the minute because they're getting told to by the bigger people here. So I think they'll start to be a bit more lenient with their valuations.
Have you noticed that yet?
I can't say I have. No, I can't say I have. I was speaking to my broker the other day, and he was saying, look, it's well known within the industry that they're deliberately undervalued by at least 10%. Yeah. At least 10. Sometimes more. So
I'll tell you one way to get around it. Commercial valuation.
Yeah, or if the property works.
Like my mom's one we talked about last week was a service accommodation unit, and she got it valued up as a commercial valuation, which it's sort of more of a facts and figures way of doing it. So you're not going to get the same down value. It's not someone's opinion. It's not the bricks and mortar price. It is what it is.
Yeah, because it's
based on what you make.
Net income from that property times by local multipliers, so things like that. Do you know we need to get Steve Bench on this show? I reckon we need to get Steve Bench on. He's our approved mortgage broker. I think he's really good, useful to get on. If you guys want to see Steve on this show, give us a thumbs up, give us some comments, let us know. We'll arrange for that. But I think he can talk about commercial mortgages in detail and about when they would work and when they wouldn't work. Because it's very subjective to the property, And also there's criteria to getting it that maybe not everybody will match to. But yeah, you're 100% right. It's a great way to get a higher value. And in some places it's not viable, but other places it is. So it's very much a deal by deal, location by location basis.
So with the vaccines and stuff coming in, do you think that the valuers will maybe stop doing that and stop downvaluing? And
I hope so. I don't know. I've not got a magic ball, so I actually don't know. So we just have to wait and see. But look, you in this current climate, all you've got to do is you've got to get good. You've got to build them relationships. So if I was to give you 3 or 4 tips on how to find great deals at the minute, like number 1, it comes with relationships. You need to have that relationship with every estate agent in your area, that they know that you're the person to go to the minute a property comes on the market. So if it comes on the market, it comes to them, you can be the first person that views it and the first person that has first refusal and take it from there. But that comes from relationships. And believe me, every estate agent has that group of people that they go to before they even put it online or before they put it in the window. So make sure you're that person.
when you are one of those people with the it's really nice.
It is nice.
We've got it. You've got it. It's like
when agents ring you up and say, Alistair, I've got a deal going on the market. It's not on the market. It's not actually on Rightmove yet, but it's coming up very, very soon. Do you want to view it? It's like, yeah, of course. And they just want to sell quick. So if you can be on that list, great stuff. Number 2 is get good at marketing yourself and branding yourself, and try and actually cut the estate agents out so that people in your chosen area know you as the person to go to if they're looking to sell their house. So get some direct to vendor leads, do some social media postings, Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, YouTube advertising, and actually start getting people directly coming to you with houses they've got to sell. And that will mean creating a website. That will mean creating advertising. But like, how much do you want these deals? Because they are out there. And number 3, utilize your network. People in your network, ask them if they know anybody and work together. Sometimes you've got to collaborate to grow as opposed to doing it yourself.
cool.
And I think and number 4, educate. Make sure you know what you're looking at, because you only really want to be doing the best deals, the best of the best. You don't really want to be doing deals that are mediocre at the minute because of what we said about the valuations. Properties getting downvalued, and that's just the reality of where we are at the minute, and they're selling for higher prices.
The interesting thing is, though, is that by the time I do think that the down valuation thing is going to stop.
I do as well.
And I think with this year, with us opening up, I think it will stop. So by the time if you are doing buy refurbished rights, by the time you actually need the actual real valuation, 6-12 months time, you should be okay.
Yeah, I think so. Great. I hope you found that useful. If you have, thumbs up and drop some comments. Let us know what you think. And then it's now time for this.
So in the news this week, we are talking about the new property hotspot that has been outperforming London.
Let me guess, in the northwest.
It is in the northwest.
Yeah.
It is Liverpool. House prices in northern cities are continuing to grow as more buyers take advantage of the stamp duty holiday. Liverpool is now reportedly overtaking London in its house price growth as buyers take advantage of the government's initiatives and property tax savings. That made the news this week. London has seen prices increase by 3.7%.
Wow.
Over the same period that Oldham has seen 15.7%, and Burnley 15.2%, and Blackburn 14.2%.
That's crazy.
And Liverpool's 16.7%. Liverpool outperforming them all. So
the northwest is the place to buy, I think, at the minute. I really do, and I've been saying this for some months. And
that's in the last year. So Liverpool have gone up 16.7 in the last year.
That's fucking awesome, isn't it?
That's pretty good.
Great stuff. So we're going to hand you over now to the ultimate #1 quiz master of all time. He actually sucks, but he'll do for us. So
in the red corner we have the reigning champion, the one and only, the legendary Mr. Russell Leeds. In the blue corner we have Alistair.
Good stuff.
He's just in a mood because he knows he's losing about 9. So
right.
At some point we'll stop tracking it, my friend, and we'll just have it on a week by week basis. It's not going to be like, it's 111-2.
All right, get your phones ready, get your notes ready. We're going to go through the questions. We'll take the answers at the end. Question number 1: What is the average amount borrowed on a mortgage?
Buy-to-let mortgage, residential mortgage.
Residential.
Okay.
What's the average?
The average. So obviously, does it? It's such a difficult question to answer. Does it? Well, it is, because I know what it can be, but does it count people that don't get a mortgage and just buy the house outright?
Well, no, because then
Well,
that's
it's 0%,
They wouldn't have a
isn't it?
mortgage.
the question is, what is the average amount borrowed on a mortgage?
For who? For first-time buyers?
It doesn't matter.
Just
Just in general.
Just in general.
So it does count buy-to-lets.
Just put a freaking number down.
Residential.
Just residential.
Yeah.
Just residential.
You're probably going to be way off anyway.
Well,
Alright, question number 2. What was the average house price of a new build home in the past year?
Okay. It's very much linked to the first question.
Well,
But we'll probably
it's not though, because the first question was the average amount borrowed on a mortgage, not on new builds.
Yeah, but right, fine.
How is it linked to the first question?
It just
in the
is. I'll
slightest?
tell you afterwards.
Oh, when you say the average, you don't mean percentage. You mean the actual amount,
The amount.
the cash amount.
Yeah. What is the average amount? Do you listen to the questions?
I don't think so. Although I'm meeting you 9 too, so
Yeah.
What is the average amount borrowed on a mortgage?
Okay.
What is the average price of a new build home in the past year?
Yeah.
So that's going to be a monetary value and not a percentage.
Okay.
Question number 3. On average, how long do private renters live in their properties?
What was question 2 again?
Question 2 was, what's the average price of a new build property in the UK
In the past year.
in the past year? Question 3 was, what is the average length of a tenancy for the UK?
Do you remember the answers I gave you?
This is not the questions we discussed in the car on the way here.
I got question 2. Yeah. Question 3. Question
Average
4.
tenancy
I've
for
got that one.
Okay.
Alright, last question. Hey, pay attention, okay?
Do you know so we started doing 4, so it means we can draw.
Yeah.
Right,
no,
pay attention.
You'd have thought the quizmaster would have sorted that
Right,
out.
you need to listen carefully.
Go on then.
Okay, because it's a bit of a long one.
So she said.
The UK borough with the highest house price was Kensington,
Yeah.
and the lowest was Burnley.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the average house prices in the two boroughs?
Basically, whatever the Kensington prices are.
What, as an average?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Well, no, it won't be as an average
Well,
because.
it's a stupid question.
How's that? Why don't you come and do the quiz then? All
The
I ever do
great-
is get bashed for doing this.
With the greatest of respect. What is the question again? Say it again.
The
So
UK
what's the
borough.
difference in price between the average Kensington house and the average Burnley
Right,
house?
say the question better. You didn't say it like that.
I'm reading it how I read it. The UK borough with the high. Go on, and you read it as if you would read it. Go on.
Alright, Kensington's the most expensive area in the UK. Burnley is the cheapest area in the UK. What's the difference between the prices in Burnley and the prices in Kensington?
Much better way of answering the question.
All right, get your answers ready. Question number 1. What is the average amount borrowed on a mortgage?
He's upset.
Alistair,
£248,000.
Russ,
200,000.
171.
Yes!
Is it?
Yep. Ha ha. What is the average house price of a new build in the past year?
What did
Russell,
you put?
I put 280,000.
I put the exact same.
307,983.
Okay, draw.
Do you know how I worked out my initial price, 248,000? Because I thought the average price was 280, and 10% of that is. That.
I thought the average price was about 250, and I thought I'd done a bit for new build premium.
Yeah, fine, go on.
Go on.
Number 3.
How long on average do private renters live in their properties?
2 years.
I put 3 years.
4 years.
Ah, yeah.
Really?
So that's 1
all.
1 all.
Last question. I'll let Alistair read the question out.
Okay, so Kensington is the most expensive area in the UK to buy a house, and Burnley is the cheapest. What is the difference between the average house prices in both of them areas? I put £2 million.
I put £2.5 million. Why is that so funny? Why is that so funny? I don't know.
What is it, Ricky?
1.2.
Oh yeah, I win, so it's 2-1.
So that means the average house, because Burnley's going to be what, like
40 grand.
100 grand in Burnley?
The average house price in I thought in the average house price
So
in
you're telling me the average house price in Kensington is 1.2 million?
Yeah, probably. But there's some that are really high.
No, it's not 1.2 million though. It's actually higher than that.
Well, hold on. What's the difference?
The difference is 1.2 million.
Obviously 1.1. So you're saying the average house price in Kensington is like 1.3 million?
It will be just over. Just under 1.3 million.
That shocks me. Like that's the most expensive in the UK. That's not even as expensive as the houses around here. That's like the average house price around here is more expensive.
Bear
than
in
that.
mind in Kensington, they're all flats.
Well, it's not the most expensive area then, is it? If that's the case, at
Should-
1.3 million.
That's
Just I don't agree with the answer, and then you're laughing at our answers.
I'm not like, look, the question was, it's because you lot try and twist it and ask the question yourself. Well, just leave it to me. Yeah? The UK borough with the highest house price was Kensington.
Okay.
And the lowest was Burnley.
But 1.3
What's the-
million. You're saying that's the average for the most expensive. That's not even that expensive.
I'm not saying it. The statistics are saying it.
Well,
Probably 11 million.
probably 11 million.
I'll tell you what, next week, why don't you two do this quiz and I'll just...
You get your stuff and jog on.
Get your
Oh,
toothpick.
guys. Anyway, I won. Okay, that means I won, and that means I'm the winner, and you are the big fat loser. Guys, I love this
What's the
quiz.
score?
It's so funny. It is. I don't keep track because I know the score today is 3-1.
Do you notice how
and
Alistair
I
wins the
won.
outro is way longer than
I
when
won,
he loses?
so I know that this quiz is an amazing thing. The quizmaster he's looking very dapper today. Looking really good, my friend. Really good. I love your shoes. Really good. And you're looking slimmer as well. So
What is wrong with him?
you're really good today.
Being nice, I don't know, that's weird.
So great quizzes, great questions, my friend. You keep it up. Now
What are
time
you
for your
grateful for
questions.
right now?
I'm grateful for you and your quizzes. It's now time for the questions from you guys. The best place to answer these questions is on social media. So drop me or Ricky or Russell a message on Instagram. Make sure you're following us all. Ricky, what questions have we got this week?
Okay, this week we have a question from Jamal. And Jamal asks, what is the most saturated area for HMOs in the UK?
It's a great question.
That is a
actually.
great question.
I would say...
It's the sort of question he'd ask us in the quiz.
Yeah, I know. What street has the most saturated HMOs? I would say parts of Liverpool, parts of Hull, and
Grimsby, still?
no, Grimsby's
worth
no,
it
no.
again now?
I think
What?
certain parts
From
of
my
Liverpool and certain parts of Hull.
When I was actively sort of managing and stuff,
Yeah.
Stoke used to always be a bit of a I don't know what it's like now.
It's changed. The
Change all
markets
the time.
change all the time. So anyway, I think parts of Liverpool, parts of Hull. Next question.
Next question is from Luke, and Luke asks, when looking at lease option agreements, what is the best way to cut agents out of the deal?
Direct to vendor. Go direct to vendor. Find direct to vendor leads.
Go to ones that haven't got an agent.
Yeah. Get the skills, get the understanding of how to actually find direct to vendor leads, and then approach them directly. Okay.
Gumtree,
Yeah.
that sort of place. Carry on, sorry Rick. He looks so pissed, doesn't he? Look at his face.
He's like a little.
He's fuming.
It's like a little baby. He's spat his dummy out.
He
I have
is.
to get him a bit of string.
He's got
for
his
tummy.
arms. I wish you could see him. He's literally like. Did you hear the way he read the question as
Yeah,
well?
it was like-
no passion, nothing. It was just
Ah, next question.
these options. Yeah. How'd you get the agent out? Go on, Rick.
Last question is from Richard, and Richard asks, as a deal sourcer, do I sell the deal with a valuation already being done?
The valuation will be done by yourself and by what the agents tell you, and the Rick's valuation will be done by the buyer through, if he's using a mortgage, he'll get the property surveyed by a Rick's valuer and a Rick's surveyor. They'll go out and give a survey on the property and give a valuation on it, and they'll pay for that. They'll do that. You don't do that as a deal sourcer unless you've agreed to do that with the buyer.
I was just thinking of a question for you.
Go on.
If Ricky had to play someone in Wind in the Willows, one of the animals, who would he play?
The toad.
Wow.
On that bombshell. Quack. What noise does a toad make? I was going to do quack quack as a duck.
The crow.
Like that, okay. On that bombshell, guys. Ricky, we love you, man.
I love you too, birdie.
Hop along, Ricky.
Go and jump on a leaf somewhere. Anyway, guys, next time, see you next week. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you get subscribed. Give Ricky some love. Go and find him on Instagram.
Oh, I feel like
follow him.
If it
Just
wasn't,
make sure you all knows you. Make sure he knows that you all love him. We do. We just take the piss out of him because it's just easy. Anyway, next time, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Guys, see you later.